Hey guys, what is up? I am back with another video, and I know that you guys must be pretty shocked to see me in live action. But here it is. This is my face. This is the face reveal. That's how we're doing it. So anyways, yeah, I will be talking about the movie Tenet. So if you have not seen Tenet and you would like to see it spoiler free, you can click away now. This will be a spoiler review and my take on the movie and what it means. So here we go. I recently saw Tenet, the latest Christopher Nolan movie starring John David Washington, Robert Pattinson, and Elizabeth Debicki, among some other names you might have seen. The movie is based around the concept of reversing the flow of time for objects and eventually people, meaning bullets fire backwards into guns, cars drive backwards, etc. It's a really interesting concept, though it does get a bit confusing at times. One thing that's very interesting is what I believe the movie is trying to say. You see, essentially the future is attacking the present, and they're mad because we messed up the planet with global warming and pollution. And an interesting point brought up by the protagonist of the film is the question of, won't an attack in the past destroy the future? To which Robert Pattinson's character says it doesn't matter because the future doesn't believe it will. The future could be destroying themselves unknowingly, but because they believe that it won't, they're still going to do it and damage themselves, possibly. Another interesting bit is that the protagonist, played by Washington, is never given a name or even a backstory. In fact, the only character given significant backstory in the entire film is the villain of the film, a Russian oligarch named Andrei Sater. Now, Andrei Sater is interesting because he almost perfectly mirrors the rich elite that are causing climate change that the future is so mad about that's causing them to attack the past in the first place. Sater refuses to let his wife divorce him under the thinking that if he can't have her, nobody can, in a very dramatic and not very unpleasant scene. It's a very unpleasant scene. But yeah, so that's kind of his thinking. And then he does the same thing with pretty much the entire world in the climax. I say pretty much the entire world in the climax, where he is dying of cancer very slowly. So he decides that he's going to go to this one place in time, right? Because he's going to die. So he's come to this place in time and he's going to end the world at this place in time, because if he can't have the world, nobody else can, and it's all about him. And he's also the only character whose backstory we get to see, and he literally kills somebody he's cleaning up radiation with just to get some gold. So it's interesting that throughout the entire film, it's noted how self-obsessed, how greedy, and how self-aggrandizing he is. He monologues, he goes on and on and on about himself and what he is and what he'll do and all this crap, But the main character is never given a name, never given a backstory, and he doesn't monologue all about himself. He rarely even talks about himself, really. We have to get little bits of personality through what little bits of fun he chooses to have throughout the movie. Like, we get that he doesn't like snobbery in the movie, and that's very important because it would have been very, very easy to just make a character no name, no backstory, and just make him extremely bland and flat and uninteresting. But the protagonist isn't like that at all. He's very interesting, and he seems like he has a backstory, we just don't know it, which is a very important distinction between a character that seems like they don't have a backstory at all and just kind of appeared as a blank wall. Yes, I must save the world. Like, that's not interesting. You don't want to see that. So, yeah, and there's also a scene earlier on in the film where the protagonist is talking to Priya, who's an Indian arms dealer, and she asks him, "You think only you can save the world?" And that question is later answered with, yes. Only the protagonist can save the world. The man with no backstory, no name, saves the world from the man who believes himself to be greater than the world. What I believe the film is trying to say is that it's up to the everyday people to save the world from the rich elite, because Andrei Sater almost perfectly mirrors the rich elite. The people that sit on their deathbeds that are 90, 80 years old, almost 100 years old, and they sit there and they're fine with just polluting the planet and bringing all this greed and evil into the planet because they know that they won't ever have to face the consequences. They believe that the world lives and ends with them. And that's exactly what Sater believes, and it's funny because that's the reason that the future's attacking us in the first place. So, yeah. that's my take on Tenet. Tell me what you guys think about this new little live action video style. Just a short little video here. I might do more little take videos. I might like react to posts and stuff on Instagram if you guys want to see that. But yeah, just tell me what you thought, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.